Live streaming is on.
Okay, guys, welcome to reading today. Today we're going to read an article that says about quilting and social images. Okay. So it says before 1920, women in the United States did not have the right to vote. The women's suffrage movement took nearly 100 years to give the women the right to vote in 1920. However, before and after a woman had the right to vote, many used quilts as a way to share their political beliefs. Women were not often allowed to write or speak in public, especially about politics. But with quilts, they could show support for politics and patriotism. Starting after the American Revolutionary War, many quilt makers included pictures of flags, stars, and eagles on their quilts to show their pride in America. Quilt makers also used red, white, and blue, the same colors as the American flag, in their quilts. Some designs, particularly patterns with roses, were used to express politics. During the 1800s, many political quilt patterns featured roses. Some of these were named Whig Rose, Harrison Rose, and President Rose. These patterns were connected to a politician or political party. By using one of these patterns, the maker was showing her support for a leader or party. Over time, some makers used more obvious symbols to show support. For example, donkeys and elephants often appear in quilts made during the 1800s and 1900s. The donkey represents the Democratic Party, and the elephant represents the Republican Party. Women in other parts of the world have also used quilts as a way to show their support for their political beliefs. For example, in 1982, a Liberian quilt maker, Martha Ann Ricks, hand-delivered a quilt to Queen Victoria and Elizabeth. Liberia is a country in Africa founded by formerly enslaved people. Having been born into slavery, Martha Ann Ricks made the quilt to thank the Queen for her support in ending slavery around the world. Ever since, there has been a tradition in Liberia to give quilts as gifts to world leaders. Quilt makers have also used political souvenirs in their quilts. For example, in the 1880s, many politicians handed out ribbons with their names or sayings on them. In America and England, many makers would add these ribbons to their quilts. In Liberia, it's still popular to make clothing and quilts made out of fabric with pictures of politicians. Throughout history, women have also made quilts to commemorate civic political occasions. Countless quilts were made in 1876 to celebrate the American centennial, 100 years of our country. This happened again in 1976 when the U.S. celebrated its bicentennial. That's 200 years. Even today, quilt makers still make quilts to show support for or against politicians, parties, and platforms. Okay. So this is called Book of Knowledge. And a book of knowledge where students write down things they have learned and want to remember from an article. So it says, please write 2 or 3 things you've learned from an article and want to remember. And this gives like an example. I learned the Mississippi River is longest in North America. It's home to more than 3 different types of animals. The name Mississippi is native. That means big river. So it's just going to ask you to write 2 or 3 things down from this article that you remember. Okay, that's all we have today. Thank you guys, and have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I think tomorrow we might just be posting some work. I think Casey won't be in tomorrow, so we'll probably just be posting some work for you guys to do. All right, thank you so much. Enjoy the sunshine, you guys. Take advantage while you can, and I will see you soon. Bye.